Alright, today I'm doing cube root equations. Now when you do cube root equations, you're doing a special type of radical equation where the index is equal to 3. So when you look at a radical expression, there are really three components to it. There's the index, which is the number that's on the outside. There's the radicand, which is the algebraic expression on the inside. And then you have your radical sign. Now to solve a cube root equation, you need to follow these three steps. The first thing you have to do is isolate the radical sign. That means you need to get the radical sign by itself on one side. Then you have to cube both sides. And then step 3 is solving for the variable. When you solve for the variable, you're trying to get x by itself. Now looking at this first example, the cube root sign is already isolated. So I don't need to do anything with step 1. And then with step 2, we're going to cube both sides. So when we cube both sides, I'm going to do parentheses on both sides. And I'm going to raise everything to the third power. Now what that's going to do is that's going to cancel out the radical sign. So whatever's inside the radical sign comes out the way it is. And then I cube the other side to get 2 cubed, which is 2 times 2 times 2. And that's going to give me 8. Okay, so now if you want to check your answer, all you have to do is write out your equation again. But instead of x, you're going to replace every single x with the answer that you found. So here, I'm going to replace every x with an 8. But everything else about the equation, I'm going to keep the same. So I've got the cube root of 8 is 2. I know that the cube root of 8 is going to give me 2. So I get 2 is equal to 2. When I get that true statement at the end, that 2 is equal to 2, that true statement lets me know that this answer is going to work. Okay? Now for the next equation, I have the cube root of x minus 7 is equal to 3. The first thing I need to do is cube both sides. That'll get rid of the radical sign. So when I cube both sides, the radical sign goes away, and whatever's inside the radical sign, the radicand, is going to come on out. So the x minus 7 comes out on the left side. And on the other side, I have 3 cubed. That's going to be 3 times 3 times 3, which is 27. Now the last thing I have to do is solve for the variable. I need to get the x by itself. Now to get the x by itself, I've got to get rid of this minus 7. So the way I do that is I'm going to add 7 to both sides. The reason why I do that is because when I add 7, the negative 7 and the positive 7 will cancel out, leaving x on this side by itself. And the other side, 27 plus 7, is going to give me 34. Okay, so checking your answer, I'm going to rewrite my equation, but everywhere I see an x, I'm going to replace with a 34. So inside the radical, I'm going to have 34 minus 7, and then I'm going to have equal to 3 on the other side. I know that 34 minus 7 is going to give me 27, so this is really going to be the cube root of 27 is equal to 3. And yes, the cube root of 27 is 3. So I'm going to get 3 equals 3. And there we go. That's cube root equations. So I hope that helps. All you're really trying to do is get the radical by itself. That way you can cube both sides to get rid of the radical. Whatever inside the radical already is going to come out. And then you just get x by itself.